This is James Holder for IFL TV in association with Matt Klitschko Marbella. With me I've got one of the top old guard journalists in the UK, Mr. Jeff Powell. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. Cold in wet, cold Germany, but I'm fine under that.
It's a bit chilly in Dusseldorf, a little bit colder than what we're used to back home.
Yeah.
I think it adds to the occasion a little bit though. What do you think?
Well, I've been here a lot for the football in the old days when Borussia Mönchengladbach were a power, so I'm kind of accustomed to it. I know the place a bit, so I know a few little hidey holes to go and warm up.
I bet. Let's talk a little bit about the main event that's brought us all to Dusseldorf. WLADIMIR KLITSCHKO defending his world titles against Tyson Fury, the Enigma.
Yes.
How do you sort of see this fight playing out, Jeff?
Much depends on what Tyson's attitude really is. I have the sense that he's going to go for it. I don't think he wants to go out on a bad points loss with excuses. I think he's going to try and go for it. He's the fittest he's ever been. He really has worked to get in shape. There's a very big diet and training regime for 5 months. He's never going to be in finer condition than he is at the moment. I think he might try and surprise Klitschko, but he suspects that Vladimir might be a bit wary of a long fight with him and might jump on him. Personally, I suspect that won't happen. I think Klitschko will, as usual, be patient, attempt to break people down, first mentally and then physically. But I do think Tyson will give it a great shot. He won't want to go away with his tail between his legs. And he might cause a few problems with his unorthodoxy and his switch hitting to southpaw in the early rounds. But in the end, it's hard to defeat the logic that you're fighting a great world heavyweight champion, and he isn't given the credit he deserves. And he's held off Father Time by being a supremely consummate professional. So I don't think the age difference should kick in, although sometimes an aged champion hits the wall on that one night. That's Tyson's best chance, although frankly I suspect that our man is going to be stopped somewhere around the 10th.
I saw a little twinkle in your eye then when you mentioned Klitschko turning back the years and sort of managing the age a little bit and keeping himself young. Is that your sort of mentality, Jeff?
Hard work, strict diet regime, never out of the hotel bar and the Chinese restaurant, really. That's the way it's done.
I mean, Tyson Fury it's a mammoth task to beat Vladimir Klitschko, but do you feel if anyone can beat Klitschko, Tyson Fury can?
He's probably got as good a shot as Deontay Wilder, let me say that, because Wilder's not the finished article either, and Tyson's not yet. We forget that, he's still a comparative novice, certainly in terms of Klitschko's experience. But I do think he might, I think he's probably more of a threat than Deontay Wilder. Assuming Klitschko gets through this, I think if Wilder fights him for the unification of the WBC belt as well, I think that would be an easier fight for Klitschko than this one.
How does he nullify Klitschko's jab? I mean, how does he get past that jab? And do you think that's key to Tyson Fury being victorious?
Well, he has a reach himself, but his jab is probably not as ramrod solid as Klitschko's. He has been working a lot on lateral movement. I've been watching him in training recently. He's remarkably nimble on his feet for such a giant. So movement will be important for him. Even though he's got the longer reach, he probably would not out-jab him. So he'll have to be on his toes for 12 rounds, I suspect, if he wants to win, although he thinks he can knock Klitschko out.
You caused quite a bit of a stir with your Amir Khan Manny Pacquiao story.
Yes.
Everybody sort of jumped on it, and is there any further developments on that as of yet, Jeff?
Well, I think one or two people, including Bob Arum, didn't read it properly, because there were positive quotes from Amir's father Shah that they'd received the contract, that they'd been discussing terms, and they'd sent communication to the Pacquiao camp that they'd agreed all the terms and were ready to sign the contract. It didn't suit Bob that particularly, because he's the promoter of Terence Crawford, who clearly he had also been talking terms with and agreeing terms with, so that caused him a little embarrassment. But Khan, in my estimation, remains the favourite to the fight.
Okay, on that note, we're just about to get the weigh-in underway. I can't thank you enough, Jeff, for giving us a bit of your time today. It's a real pleasure, sir.
Always.
And enjoy Dusseldorf. I'll catch you again real soon.
And we'll see you at the fight.
Top man, Jeff. Thank you, mate.
Okay.